This is Jane Marie.
And this is Soko.
You are now listening to the Queer Ambition Podcast.
The Queer Ambition Podcast is the only podcast celebrating rising LGBTQ professionals,
providing advice on navigating the modern workplace,
and discussing polarizing topics within the community.
Now listen up.
Okay.
So we're here today with the Queer Ambition Podcast. Unfortunately, Jane Marie will not be joining us, so Soko's just going to have to hold down the fort today for everyone. Please don't cry. It's all good. We have DVS with us today.
Hello, how you guys doing?
So let me tell you a little bit about DVS. Born and raised in Los Angeles, DVS One's first passion has always been music. After coming back from college, San Diego State, she was introduced to the legendary Project Blowed workshop and soon after began hosting and creating events. Through this encounter, she was able to start the most sought-after event, Female Perspective, which spawns the all-female collective, The Sistem. In 2010, DVS also started a nonprofit organization named MCs Give Back. MCs Give Back started out sponsoring selected families through Christmas season. Now they have expanded their mission to passing out blankets for on Mother's and Father's Day and rewarding scholarships to high school seniors that are transitioning from home to the dorm room. Let's welcome DVS to the podcast.
Hello, how y'all doing today?
All right, so how are you feeling today? You excited to?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. So we're just gonna go into some icebreaker questions, kind of get the blood flowing a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll ask them and you can answer them and then I'll answer them too. So it's like a dialogue. Okay. So are you a big podcast person? Do you listen to podcasts?
I listen to podcasts, not a lot, but I listen to a few, yeah.
Okay. So can you name a favorite podcast that you might have?
I listen to Brilliant Idiots.
Oh, okay. I heard, is it good?
It's really good, but you have to be really open-minded. Like if you have a one set of thought process, you might get angry at one or two of the hosts, but I listen to that. I listen to a lot of sports podcasts, and that's pretty much Brilliant Idiots. I have to admit, that's probably one of my favorites.
I heard about Brilliant Idiots is one that with Charlemagne and his friend. And
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, and I love Charlemagne, but my favorite podcast is the Joe Budden podcast, and they kind of...
I listen to Joe Budden's also, yeah.
So Joe Budden podcast is my favorite one. So if you want to talk about people who are problematic, the Joe Budden podcast is problematic.
And he got a new one too called The Pull-Up. You probably like that one. Yeah.
Have you checked that out?
Yeah, I checked it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. I love that podcast. Okay. My next question, I know everyone's tired of talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it. What do you think?
Mr. West?
What do you think about Kanye?
You know what? Kanye made me mad for a couple of days. I looked at all of the interviews. I went from being angry with them to having empathy for him, for just saying like, why am I giving this guy this much attention? Like it's so many different arrays.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of his comments were pretty dangerous. I think I was more concerned with people that were agreeing with the comments than actually of him saying them. It really shocked me how many people were agreeing with some of the things that he said. Just kind of opened my mind up to a lot about mental illness also. So one thing we really don't discuss in our community a lot, and we kind of brush people off like, oh, he's just crazy, or he just needs attention. But looking at him on that TMZ video, it really made me kind of feel a little bad for him, like something is clearly going on in his head.
Right. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm a huge Kanye lover. I love Kanye, but right now he's canceled. We're going to put him on pause because he needs to check himself and remember where he came from. Okay, I know you're in this rich world right now, but come down a little bit. Right. Go back into the communities. Go back to where you came from. Remind yourself. You're just in the houses with the Kardashians and you don't know what real life is anymore out here for people like me and you.
Right.
Okay.
Very disconnected.
Yeah, very disconnected. All right. And then my last question will be, what is your favorite song of all time?
Oh, man.
Yep. One song
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna play it. This is gonna be a safe one because I can't think of all times. But I have to say Biggie Smalls, Big Papa.
Okay, all right. That's a good one. If J. Marie was here, she would be screaming because she loves that song. But okay. My favorite song of all time would be Sade, The Sweetest Taboo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, there's so many great songs. Then you start thinking like, what about, yeah. It's kind of hard.
It was either between that or Whitney Houston, I'm Your Baby Tonight. I don't know. I have so many though.
Yeah. I'm a music lover, so it's kind of hard for me.
Yeah, me too. I love music. So I'm gonna ask one more question. So, there's all different types of genres of music, and you being a rapper, I'm not gonna just assume your favorite type of music is hip hop because there's so many different types out there. But what would be your favorite genre of music?
You were right to assume hip hop.
Okay.
Hip hop, R&B, yeah.
Okay.
Mostly hip hop.
I gotta ask. Okay. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, DVS. Tell me a little bit about you.
Okay. Deviance was a shy girl raised up, the youngest of all four. Youngest of four kids, loving hip hop, influenced by my brother. My brother's 9 years older than me. So when he went to the military, he came back with these things called mixtapes. And I used to be able to listen to music from all over, from Philly, from Virginia. And I just fell in love with music. And I went to the point of remembering the songs that he brought back to me actually writing my own song. So I became a lover of hip hop at a very early age. And then my other brother, which is 7 years older than me, his influence was more West Coast. So I got more of a West Coast feel for my brother. Like he liked the Emcees, the Egyptian Lovers, the Uncle Jam's Army. So within those two, the NWA. So within the mix of those two, created this great love for hip hop. And I just, I was shy. And then eventually once I got out of high school and into college, I just started exploring it more and more. And my friends around me would always tell me how good I was, but I didn't believe it until I started going around other people and doing it and battling and being the only girl in the cypher sometimes, having to fight for the mic and all of these different things. And it just grew my love for the hip hop. And I was rapping, and then I began hosting at Project Blow, and it's an open mic workshop, so I will host. And then eventually I start saying, I want to see more girls. I want to see more women rapping. So me and a couple of my friends put on an event called Female Perspective. So it was an all-female lineup. Not only did the ladies love it, but the guys kept asking me, Deviance, when you going to do it again and again and again? So we kept doing it. By the time I did the third one, Project Blow, the record label approached me and said, let's put together our all-female collective. You bring up the people you know, we bring the people we know, let's record. So we did that. We'll spawn the all-female collective called the Sistem. And then after that, I was doing that. We was touring, we was making shows, making ground. We was considered the female Wu-Tang because all of us had our all distinctive, unique sounds. Mm-hmm. And so as I was doing that, I was dealing with also my mom's. My mom's was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. And so I kind of had to fall back a little bit off of the rapping because I was, tied between the two. And so that's when I started MCs Give Back. So my passion for hip hop got transitioned into my passion for my people and my nonprofit. And I started off just doing one family. We took food for one family for Thanksgiving. And from that spark, I started a toy drive. I called a friend. I said, what can I do? I want to do a toy drive. I want to do something. She said, you can do it. Never did a toy drive before in my life. I just pulled it off. And so I helped the organization and I gave those toys. And I said, if I can help them, let me see if I can help myself. So I went from helping that organization to helping 7 families, from 7 to 25 families. And to date, I've helped over 100 families and almost 200 kids with toys, gift cards.
Oh, wow.
Food for the holiday. We transitioned from that, from helping our seniors in nursing facilities. So we were giving blankets to our the mothers and fathers in the nursing facilities. That's one segment of society that often get forgot about. And so then my other mission was, what about the college student? I seen something about college students and I said, you know what? Scholarship. So what I did is I started the Power of the Dollar Scholarship, and we started that maybe about 4 years ago. And to date, we've raised enough money to give 12 kids $500 scholarships to help them with their dorm needs. So it all just started by an idea of what can I do to keep my passion going. And once I stopped rapping, I just started doing this, and the passion of it and the energy of it is the same energy I feel when I used to be on stage.
Right.
Just seeing directly how we're affecting families and people.
Right. It's like that instant satisfaction sometimes, you know, because you're helping, you're giving back, you're doing a lot. And when you're talking about it, I feel the energy and the passion behind it. So I love that. So remind me exactly when you started MCs Give Back, what year?
It was about 2009, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the MCs Give Back of me being an MC, and I wanted to take away from the image that rappers don't give back, which is a falsehood. You have people like 50 Cent that gives away scholarships. You have people like LL. You have so many different people, even out here in Watts. You have YG with his foundation in Compton. You have Kendrick Lamar. So many different people that give back. So I wanted to take away that stigma that all hip hop care about is flashy cars and things of that nature. So as an MC, I said, I'm going to give back. And so we started that, probably about 2009, 2010.
And then because when you started saying like, you know, one family now to helping over hundreds of family, I mean, that's incredible. Where do you see MCs Give Back in a couple years from now? Like, I
want to reach out. Right now, I'm LA based, but I want to reach out to other states. I want to reach out to other cities. There's MCs in all different areas, and we have needs in so many different areas. And if I can get a chapter in New York, or a chapter in Chicago, or a chapter in Atlanta, and so like when we do the scholarships, we're not only helping kids from LA, but I'm pretty sure there's some kids in Chicago that could benefit from a $500 scholarship, kids in New York, kids in even going up north, going to Oakland, or down further from me in San Diego. So I want to stretch it out that I'm not the only MC in this area, but there's MCs all over the country that's doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And if people want to, kind of, they hear this and they're like, oh, that's dope. That's something I want to be a part of. How can they reach out to you to be a part of MCs Give Back?
They can reach out to me at Emcees, which is EMCCS gives back at hotmail.com. And I answer my emails all the time, and just converse with me and see what we can do. I'm always open. I have a few people that help me, but I'm almost a one-man show. So I'm always looking for help. I'm always looking for volunteers and people to share ideas with.
Awesome. So, and then you also mentioned the scholarship campaign. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And I know I went to the GoFundMe, which, guys, I'm going to put the link in below. So if you're watching on YouTube, wherever you are, the link is going to be below to that GoFundMe. So help out. How long are you running that campaign for?
We're going to run that campaign. We have an award show where we're going to donate the scholarships to the children July 14th, but we're running it as long as, even after July 14th, we had 9 complete applications. Right now we have enough scholarship money to give to 2 scholarships. So we're going to raise as long as we can. I say up until probably July the 15th or 16th, because the kids do have to get to school and they do have to know if they're getting it. But basically what it is we call it the power of the dollar. And it's everyday people giving. My thought process when I first started, if I can get 1,000 people to give me $1, that's 2 scholarships. And so what happened with that is we had everyday people giving back. It's the power of the dollar. So people say, well, I don't have money like fill in the blank, or I don't have money like them. But if you have $1, that can help. And so, I just started doing it that way. And people from all over just reached out. The first year I did it, one person contacted some people from Australia, and we had people from Australia that donated money. So the first year we thought we were only going to be able to give 2 scholarships, but we were able to give 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just by word of mouth. Like I said, some people was like, well, what can my dollar do? I said, your dollar can do a lot. I mean, we take dollars, dimes, nickels, quarters, because it all adds up. And we let people understand that we can't wait around and wait for other people to do it. What we can do ourselves. Do I want to have corporate dollars? Of course. But in the meantime, we got people that stay right in the neighborhood that say, hey, I got somebody from Crenshaw High School. Guess what? You just gave this young man enough money that he can go to college. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it impacts the people that you see every day. Some of these young kids, every day that you see $500, some people say, well, that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money to a single parent that has to send their kid off to school and they don't know how they're going to fund their dorm room.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. We just started off by just thinking about what can we do. People that have been to college, they know that they might get tuition paid, they might get their dorms paid, but now they have to get their whole dorm room funded.
Yeah.
And the school's not going to pay for sheets and laundry detergent and all of those personal items and lamps and rentals of refrigerators and microwaves and laptops. We even talked to students that, never mind dorm necessities, they needed just money to get to the school. You know, plane tickets, bus tickets, things of that nature. So the $500 stretches a long way.
So what's the goal for this campaign this time?
This time, okay, my people around me, I drive them crazy because they limit me to 2 every year. And I try to go above and beyond. But realistically, we had 9 students apply this year. I would be satisfied if we can do all 9. But if we can get 4 out, that would be great.
Okay.
That would be great.
So 2,000.
2,000.
500.
I mean, 4,500 would be great.
Yeah, I mean, let's aim 10 G's would be great. Let's aim for
10 G's would be great. It would be absolutely great.
I mean, guys, if there's any rich listeners listening, you know, and you could give a little something, or, you know, even if you have $1 or $2, as you know, whatever you can give, please give back to the community. These are the type of things that we need. These are the type of things that no one is really thinking about. You're not thinking about having to buy your sheets, but they need to buy sheets. They need laundry. Who's thinking about that?
Right.
This is
Labs, laptop computers, supplies, just school supplies in general.
Right. So you'll be presenting the scholarships at the annual Female Perspective Awards?
Last year what I did was still connecting hip hop, because it is a hip hop based organization. We have an all-female MC award show. So that'll be July 14th. So last year what we did is we brought the kids out. We awarded female MC the best lyricist, female of the year, and different things of that nature, community activism. But then we also brought the kids in that we donated those scholarships to, so that people can see the tickets that you bought for this event is going to these kids right here.
Right.
So this year we're going to do the same thing. The 2 kids, let me speak it into existence. The 4 kids, the 9 kids that applied, we're going to bring them out that night. We're not only going to honor our ladies in hip hop, but we're also going to award these kids with these scholarships.
And if people want to find information to, you know, purchase tickets and possibly attend the awards, how would they be able to do that?
MCs Give Back. Okay. We haven't got the tickets online as of yet, but we're working on that. But you can contact me at the email address, MCs, or even easier, you can contact me, DVSUNO, DVSUNO@gmail.com. Okay. So either of those emails, and I can get the information straight to you.
So like I said, you're doing all these amazing things. Is there something else up your sleeve that you want to do? You know, something else in the works, or you're good for right now? I'm good for right now. As far as Christmas is concerned, I want to get it a little bigger. I want to do some stuff a little, you know, outside of the realm of what we normally do. But right now, just constantly, I get asked, what about backpack drive, or what about this? I try to kind of keep it confined to what I'm doing now, because I'm already, you know, kind of stretched. Yeah. So like right after I finish this, I get a little bit of breather. And in October, I'm starting Christmas up again. Right. And once Christmas is over, as soon as January start, I'm campaigning for the scholarships. Yeah. So it's a constant
cycle. And just like I said, to expand, to be able to, if I could get people from other cities and other states to be a part of MCs Give Back, that'd be a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. So, this all started off, your love for hip hop and, then becoming a rapper. And it looks like you hung up your rapper jersey for right now. And you're doing other things in the community. But related to hip hop, what does hip hop mean to you?
It's a lifestyle. I mean, it's a way of communication. It's a way. Through hip hop, I learned about so many different things. Like I grew up, I'm telling my age a little bit, but I don't care. I'm proud. I grew up in that Public Enemy era. So I didn't know who Malcolm X was until I heard about them from Public Enemy. Mm-hmm. So I learned. So the first time I heard the name Malcolm X, I asked my mother, I was like, who's Malcolm X? You don't know who that is? No. Get a book, read. There you go. Let's go to the library. Let's figure it out. I learned about the different plights of different people in different regions. And so it was a learning tool for me. And it was a confidence tool. Like hip hop helped me feel like I could do anything.
Yeah.
When I seen people like Queen Latifah, when I seen people like MC Lyte, when I seen people like The Brat, when I seen all of these different female MCs from all these different perspectives, it made me feel like if she can do it, I can do it. So it gave me confidence to be the only girl sometimes battling to take the microphone, literally battling guys, verse for verse, but literally fighting for my dominance so that I can get my respect. That's what hip hop did for me.
That is beautiful. Oh my God, I've never heard such a perfect explanation when asking that question. Wow, that was amazing. So do you miss rapping? Do you still dibble dabble or?
Just, maybe in the car you hear a beat or something here and there and, you think about stuff or you get inspired, listen to something. But all in all, my passion is I love hip hop so much, but my passion has been into this so much that the idea of recording and performing, I really kind of I leave it to the young kids. I allow them to, to express themselves through that form right now.
What do you think about hip hop nowadays with the new?
I love it.
Yeah, I
love it. I think so many people, we want to put hip hop in a box and we want it all to sound the same way. And I think that's boring. Like when I'm in a club, I want to hear a certain type of element of music. When I'm thinking, when I want to hear something about change or whatever, I listen to my J. Cole's and my Kendricks. But then when I want to party, I might listen to my Walkers and I might listen to my this ones and that ones and my Jeezys and right now I'm stuck on my Rhapsody right now. That Layla's Wisdom. That CD is amazing.
So, I heard it's pretty good. Did you listen to J. Cole's new album?
I haven't heard his new one, but I'm still stuck on for My Eyes Only.
Okay, so I like that album too, but this new album is way better than that one. Although I heard.
And it's funny because I hear a lot of people that like this one, they hated that one.
Yeah, a lot of people did not like that album.
Yeah, I got into J. Cole a little later because I kind of got stuck into who I listened to and I kept hearing J. Cole. I'm like, let me check them out. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kind of, so yeah.
Okay, and I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but last question. Who is your favorite rapper?
Ooh.
Yup.
It changes within the time. At one point it was KRS-One. Then at one point it was Rakim, and then at one point it was Nas. So I must cheat and say all of them, and Biggie and Tupac, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, certain people like that.
Okay.
MCA, Young Jeezy,
I said one, remember, right?
I know.
I'm just kidding.
It's just a combination of them all.
I feel you. So, all right. I'm just going to drop a few more plugs. So, MCs Give Back. This is amazing. We all need to be contributing to something like this. Please, we'll leave all the details below. Email. Can you just give the email again one time for the listeners?
Okay, so the email address is Emcees, EMCEE, Gives Back at hotmail.com. So you hit me up on there and I answer all times of the night. And then what you need to GoFundMe also, or are you going to send that link?
No, I have the link. I have the GoFundMe link. No,
and so basically just letting everybody know too. It's like, look, I'm not rich at all. Okay, so I understand the strike. But $5, if you could just donate $5 out of your day, we break it down like this. Let's say even 10. If we get 200 people to donate $500, 200 people to donate $5, that's a $500 scholarship. If we get 100 people to donate $10, that's another scholarship. So it's little bitty things. You don't have to give, you don't have to feel like, well, I don't have a lot of money. That's okay. $5. Just take $5. This one day you're not going to eat from fill in the blank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I do it too. I tell everybody, look, I'm not asking for, if you have it now, if you got thousands of dollars and you're just trying to figure out where to donate it to, we'll take that too. But it's the process is everyday people giving back. So we can show these kids that we care. Mm-hmm. So many people talking about what these kids aren't doing. When I read these stories, these amazing stories, like one girl in particular, I know we got to go. No, you're good. So in her letter, she was saying that she got involved in school activities because her family became homeless.
Yeah.
Her father lost his job.
One second.
Okay.
We're going to have to start that over. Sorry. Can you take the dogs in the room? Because they keep barking. Okay. We're going to rewind back to the one girl that submitted the thing. Go back.
Okay.
Because we need to cut that part out.
Okay. So we had one girl that she said that she got involved in school activities and engulfed herself into school because she became homeless. Her family lost their home. They moved in the family's home, their grandparents' home. It was 10 people living in a 3-bedroom apartment. Yep. They lost that home. At this point, she said they just lived from house to house. They active in school just so that she'd be out of the way.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But her grade point average is showing that.
Yeah.
And she won a way out. And she said there's so many temptations in the neighborhood, but I want to show that I can get out by education.
Right.
And the way she titled her essay was Good Kid, Mad City.
Kendrick Lamar.
There you go. So those are the type of letters that I read. You know, I hear so many different stories and it grabbed at my heartstring. And if I had the money to give, I would give money to all of these kids.
Yeah.
They're all exceptional. But unfortunately, we can't help everybody, but at least if we can help a few of these kids, it gives the inspiration and let them know, you know what? There's somebody out there that's thinking about us.
Right.
Not just in LA, but in New York, Chicago, everywhere. Like there's different people that's thinking about our plight, and they gave and sacrificed their time to give this to me. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to work a little harder once I get in there, because I know it's people all over the country that have my back and they're rooting for me to succeed.
That's great. So you heard it from the one. The link is down below. Please click that link, share, word of mouth, share, keep talking about it. We need to keep talking about this. Thank you so much for joining me today. This was incredible. Thank you.